Heartily welcome to today's video. Our immune system. What happens to our immune system when we exercise? How do they link together? That's today's topic, and I'm Dominika Hansch, and I'm glad that you're here with me to explore this topic further. Our immune system is, it has got a major responsibility with regards to our health. So it's very interesting to understand how our immune system actually affects our health and how we can use our immune system to stay healthy. And in the other way, what can we actually do in our life to support our immune system? So one thing, what can happen when you exercise is that you actually hurt yourself. So for example, you're training really, really hard, and then you get home and you're feeling like, oh my goodness, my muscles are aching. So what happened here? You actually had an injury within the muscle. And an injury, it's something normal. It's the same way when you cut your finger or so, your immune system has to help repair the tissue. So it doesn't really matter whether you're doing exercises and hurting your muscles or whether you're actually cutting your finger and hurting yourself. It's the same kind of like situation for our immune system. It has to come here and repair the damage. How does that work? Well, the damaged cells, the damaged tissue, actually send out some hormones, some messengers that call the immune system, come here, help me please, because here's something not right. We have maybe damaged cells, tissues, stuff that doesn't belong here any longer because it's actually in the way, or even there could be some bacteria or so coming here and causing more harm. So immune system, please come help to clean the area. And what do those hormones do? They actually do two kind of things. One is they produce some warmth, so that the area gets really warm, and that helps to dilate the blood vessels. And the other thing is these hormones also work on the blood vessels themselves. They basically widen so that more blood flow comes to this area, and that's very important. Why? Well, the blood vessels are the transportation system for our immune cells. So that's the preferred method for our immune cells to get to the area where we've got the problem. And this process, what happens there? Those hormones actually calling the immune cells and so on, that's called inflammation. Now you will say, oh, inflammation, isn't that bad? Well, no, inflammation is actually a really, really healthy thing. But what we want is that when we damage our tissue, when we cut ourselves, we want inflammation to happen because it helps to get the immune cells to that area, and it helps clearing up that situation. And once that situation is cleared up and the body can repair itself, so it's basically putting some additional hormones out there which allow those cells to split again and regrow tissue so that the area gets repaired. And what we want afterwards is that the inflammation goes down again. And one very important thing to understand here is that nutrition has a lot to do with that fact of inflammation happening, and at the same time, once the tissue is repaired, inflammation coming down again. And what's so important in nutrition here are the omega-3 and omega-6 fatty acids. So basically, omega-6 fatty acids produce some messengers, some hormones that actually raise inflammation. So we need those to actually call the immune cells to get to this area, which is good, okay? And the omega-3 fatty acids, they actually reduce inflammation because they are part of the hormones, of the messengers to actually reduce inflammation. So they're anti-inflammatory. And that's really, really important. So you should really look into how much omega-6 fatty acid, how much omega-3 fatty acids you consume in your diet. The optimal health or the optimal healthy choice would be 1 part omega-3 fatty acids and 3 parts omega-6 fatty acids. Usually it's a lot more out of balance that we have a lot more omega-6 fatty acids. So it's important to look at the omega-3s. But they play a role in our nutrition and also within with the reaction of our immune system. So if you don't have enough omega-3 fatty acids, the inflammation can't go down again. And what happens then? We have inflammation in the whole body. We call that silent inflammation. It's like a chronic disease, and that can actually lead to other illnesses like atherosclerosis, arthritis, arthrosis, getting a heart attack, having your arteries clogged and so on, because when there are always these inflammation ongoing, then we have trouble and our immune system is fighting at every end, and it can't really focus on getting things repaired, and then it's done and it can calm down again. So it's very, very important. But our today's topic is exercise, so movement, So how does the immune system work together with exercise, or how can exercise actually influence our immune system? Well, that's very important. Of course, when you train very hard and you get your muscle aches, well, then the immune system has to come in and repair. But you can actually help the immune system through exercise. How's that? Well, exercise does have an influence on the way our body works. So when we do moderate exercise like running, walking, hiking, cycling or swimming, and we do that in a moderate way, then we actually help our cardiovascular system to become healthier, to be more performant. And what does that mean? Well, blood vessels can actually widen itself, and they can transport more blood in a quicker fashion, and that's good. And exactly the same thing is needed when we actually have inflammation somewhere and the immune cells are called to come and fix the issue. So actually helping our cardiovascular system also helps our immune system, because the immune cells can travel to the place they need to go in a much quicker fashion. Hey, that's cool, isn't it? So we can actually, by doing moderate kind of sports, we can actually help our immune system to work quicker, get to the area where they need to fix issues, and then get them resolved. And that's a really, really good thing. So it does make a difference whether we are kind of like a couch potato, which gets up to the sofa in the morning. Oh yeah, let's eat something. So we have to go to the table, but then gets back on the sofa and then in the bed. Well, there's not much movement there. So there's not much cardiovascular challenge to actually help our body to stay healthy. But if we actually do some exercise, moderate exercise is totally fine. Going for a walk, going for a hike, just going out dancing with some friends, having fun, or going to play soccer or football or whatever, just to have some moderate exercise without hurting ourselves. Then that's good, not just for our cardiovascular system, but also for our immune system, because it can fix problems a lot faster. Well, that's it for today's topic. I'm looking forward to seeing you next week again. And next week, we are looking into the topic how the immune system actually interacts with our well-being in a way, how we think, how we act, how we feel. Okay? So I'm looking forward to seeing you again next week. Bye-bye for now.